Imagine the assault on the senses. Stench hangs heavy in the air, a noxious cocktail of overflowing chamber pots, rotting food scraps, and the unwashed bodies crammed together within the city walls. Crammed timber-framed houses with overhanging second stories cast long, oppressive shadows, breeding grounds for disease and superstition. Religious tensions simmer just beneath the surface. Catholicism, the dominant faith, faces whispers of heresy as whispers of Lutheran reform spread. News of peasant uprisings in nearby lands travels like wildfire, a chilling reminder of the fragility of social order. The ever-present fear of famine casts a long shadow. Memories of past food shortages and skyrocketing prices are fresh in people's minds. This is Strasbourg in 1518, a tinderbox waiting for a spark to ignite the anxieties simmering just beneath the surface. The scorching July sun beats down on the bustling marketplace. The usual cacophony of shouts and haggling is pierced by a startled cry. In the center of the throng, Frau Troffa, an ordinary housewife, begins to dance. Her body contorts in a bizarre, jerky motion, limbs flailing uncontrollably. Her face contorts in a silent scream, a mask of terror and confusion. The crowd parts like the Red Sea, a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity etched on their faces. Whispers erupt like wildfire. Is she possessed by a demon? A victim of the plague, its touch manifesting in a bizarre way? Perhaps it's a strange new illness, a terrifying affliction no one has seen before. But what if there's a more nuanced explanation? Frau Troffa could be suffering from an undiagnosed neurological condition, a hidden illness manifesting in a public and terrifying way. Or perhaps her erratic behavior is a symptom of a deeper societal malaise, a physical manifestation of the city's collective anxieties. The ever-present fear of illness, divine punishment, or social unrest finds a terrifying outlet in her contortions. History offers unsettling parallels. In the 15th century, a group of nuns in a cloistered German convent began displaying uncontrollable barking. The behavior, fueled by social anxieties and religious fervor, spread like wildfire, infecting other nuns. This phenomenon, known as mass psychogenic illness, is a chilling reminder of the mind's ability to manifest physical symptoms. In Strasbourg, Frau Troffa's dance becomes a potent symbol. The ever-present fear of illness, divine punishment, or social unrest finds a terrifying outlet in her contortions. Imagine the whispers spreading through the city, each retelling amplifying the anxieties. Its social contagion far more potent than any physical disease. People begin to see the illness everywhere, a collective delusion fueled by fear and a desperate search for answers. Healthy individuals, particularly young girls and women, who are more susceptible to social pressures, begin to feel a strange twitching in their limbs, a prickling sensation that compels them to join the dance. But the influence spreads beyond the initial onlookers. Visualize a cobbler witnessing the spectacle. The rhythmic pounding of the music, the contorted faces of the dancers, it all combines to create a trance-like state. A sense of unease builds within him, a feeling that he too must join the dance. Perhaps it's a primal fear of being ostracized, a need to conform to the bizarre behavior unfolding before him. Or maybe, on a subconscious level, the sight of the dancers triggers a forgotten memory, a past trauma that manifests in the form of uncontrollable movements. Whatever the reason, the cobbler joins the throng, another victim of the city's collective anxieties. The spread of the dancing mania wasn't simply organic. Sensationalist news pamphlets, a nascent form of mass media in 1518, spread exaggerated accounts of the phenomenon. These pamphlets, fueled by a desire to shock and sell copies, depicted the dancing plague as a demonic possession or a divine curse. The graphic illustrations and lurid descriptions only amplified the anxieties of the populace, further fueling the spread of the illness. Days bleed into weeks as the dancing mania takes hold. The initial frenzy, fueled by shock and confusion, morphs into a grotesque spectacle. Faces are contorted in pain, bodies racked with tremors. The dancers resemble puppets in a macabre ballet, their once vibrant clothing now sweat-drenched and ragged. Dehydration parches their throats, their muscles screaming in protest from the relentless exertion. Some, fueled by possible ergot poisoning from contaminated rye bread, succumb to terrifying hallucinations. The cobblestones become a makeshift dance floor stained with sweat, blood, and the remnants of bodily fluids. Psychologically, the toll is immense. Anxiety morphs into confusion, a desperate yearning for release. Some may have experienced a dissociative euphoria, a desperate escape from the ravaged state of their bodies. However, for others, it's a performance fueled by fear. The fear of social exclusion, the desperate need for attention in the midst of madness, compels them to join the dance. Imagine a young apprentice, witnessing the spectacle, his body beginning to twitch involuntarily. Fear takes hold and soon he's a full-fledged participant, another victim of the city's collective anxieties. The city, with limited medical knowledge, is left grasping at straws to explain the dancing plague. Stress-induced mass hysteria, fueled by the social and health anxieties of the time, becomes a leading theory. Religious anxieties about witchcraft or divine retribution for straying from the teachings of the church may have also played a part. Imagine pious citizens convinced the dancing is a punishment for sin, urging public displays of penance and a return to religious orthodoxy. Another theory points to ergot poisoning, a fungus that could induce hallucinations and erratic behavior when present in rye bread. However, widespread contamination seemed unlikely, and there wasn't documented evidence of rye scarcity. The most chilling explanation was rooted in superstition. Saint Vitus's dance, a curse inflicted upon those who displeased the saint. This belief, aligning with anxieties about sin and retribution, may have fueled the flames of the dancing mania. Imagine terrified citizens flocking to churches, pleading for forgiveness and the saint's mercy. Priests might even have encouraged the dancing, believing it to be a form of exorcism, a way to expel the evil spirit through physical exertion. Desperate times breed desperate measures. The city's response to the dancing plague was a chilling reflection of the limitations of medical knowledge at the time. Bloodletting, a barbaric practice believed to expel evil humors, further weakened the already depleted bodies of the dancers. In a controversial move, musicians were hired to create a dance marathon, a purging ritual based on the belief that sweating out the toxins would bring an end to the madness. The ethics of this approach were questionable at best, but in the face of the unknown, the city fathers were willing to try anything. Imagine the grotesque spectacle, a makeshift dance floor erected in the town square, filled with the exhausted and delirious bodies of the afflicted, relentlessly prodded on by the relentless music. Isolation chambers were also used, breaking the social influence that fueled the mania. Here, dancers were deprived of the audience that may have unconsciously encouraged their behavior. Finally, a pilgrimage to a shrine dedicated to Saint Vitus was undertaken, a plea for divine intervention and a change of scenery for the afflicted. The psychological impact on both the dancers and the community must have been profound. Did the pilgrimage appease the saint? Did the dancers simply exhaust themselves? Or did some unknown factor intervene? The reason for the sudden end of the dancing mania around September remains unclear. The dancing plague of 1518 remains an enigma, a haunting echo in the halls of history. Similar outbreaks, like the Tanganyika laughter epidemic of 1962, where schoolgirls in Tanzania descended into uncontrollable laughter, remind us that this wasn't an isolated incident. In our age of social media and the rapid spread of misinformation, the question lingers: could such a phenomenon occur again? Imagine a world saturated with anxiety-inducing news, real or imagined. Social media feeds overflow with conspiracy theories and images of violence. Economic uncertainty and political turmoil fuel a sense of collective unease. In such a climate, could a single, unexplainable event, perhaps a mass fainting episode or a series of tics, become a viral phenomenon? Could it morph into a mass psychogenic illness, fueled by online speculation and shared anxieties? The dancing plague serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance of the human psyche. Under extreme social pressures, the line between reality and perception can blur. While medical science has advanced considerably, the human mind remains a complex and fascinating mystery. The dancing plague may be a relic of the past, but its legacy serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the unseen forces that can shape our thoughts and actions. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest threats we face aren't physical, but the anxieties and fears that lurk within us all. The dancing plague may be a historical footnote, but it offers valuable lessons. It reminds us of the power of social suggestion and the devastating impact of mass hysteria. In today's interconnected world, where information travels at lightning speed, the potential for similar outbreaks fueled by online anxieties becomes a chilling possibility. Imagine a news report of a strange illness causing uncontrollable tremors. Social media ignites, filled with speculation and misinformation. The fear of contagion, both physical and social, takes hold. Isolated incidents of similar symptoms erupt, fueled by the constant barrage of online content. The line between reality and perception blurs. The dancing plague also serves as a testament to the human capacity for resilience. Despite the horrors they endured, the vast majority of Strasbourg's citizens recovered. The human body possesses a remarkable capacity for healing, both physically and mentally. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.
It's London Lee.